Meanwhile with the easel Gavin.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. 9 months after Onyx's forced us to attend their wedding, their own daughter Eliza was born 4 years ago and they've been abusing her?
Yes. And Officer McShane delivered her over to my house so that we could protect her.
Why would Alan do that?
Because Tiyana spanked her for calling her crazy and threatened to give her a punishment day for calling the police on her and Boris. So if Eliza shows up at your house, hide her.
Okay, Doris. But before I hang up, can you please tell me what Eliza looks like?
She looks like Tiyana because they both have the same hairstyle and color, but she wears a green hoodie like Boris, dark blue pants like Tiyana, and red sneakers.
So she's a tomboy.
When you put it that way, yes.
Okay. I'll inform my kids and the other insurgents when it's time. Where's Eliza right now?
She's in Caillou's room. They'll be sleeping with each other later on tonight. Caillou agreed to protect her.
Okay. But hopefully Boris doesn't give him a concussion if they find out that Eliza's at your house.
Okay, Diesel. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, Doris.
Later this evening.
Okay, Eliza, as long as I'm close by, our dad and your mom won't be able to catch you. I may be asleep, but I'll be on high alert.
Okay, Caillou. Good night.
Good night, Eliza.
So Eliza's sleeping next to Caillou. Good. As long as they both stay asleep, I'll be able to carry Eliza back to our apartment so that I can punish her for calling the police on us.
Who are you? And what are you doing in my room?
What? I thought you were asleep.
Huh? What was that? A burglar.
Wait a second. Burglars don't wear sunglasses. That's a hoodlum.
Don't you dare start the hoodlum thing with me, Caillou.
Okay, now I'm starting to get the sense I know who's behind this disguise. Why don't you take the sunglasses off, Mom?
How could you have possibly known it was me?
Do you obviously think I'm stupid enough not to hear the sound of your voice whenever you speak? Absolutely not. You gave yourself away too easily.
Do you obviously think you're smart enough to know that I came here to take you back undetected? Absolutely not. Now come back with me so that I can punish you for ratting me out.
Back off, Tiyana. You're not gonna hurt Eliza. Instead, you're going back to jail with my dad and the rest of these punishers.
Never. I'm never going back to jail again. Now give me back my daughter.
No. I'm not going back with you. You can't make me, Psycho Karen.
Oh, duh, Eliza, that wasn't too smart here.
What? Why?
Psycho Karen's a trigger word for your mom. Call her that name and she gets really, really mad.
Uh-oh. Now I really messed up.
Boris, subdue Caillou. I'll deal with Eliza myself.
Run, Eliza. Run. Run. Run for your life. Run.
Me run? But what about you?
I'll lure our dad towards my mom. Just go.
Eliza, turn around and bend over. It's time for your punishment day.
You want me? Come and get me.
With pleasure.
Yeah.
Whoa, that girl really can fight. Eliza's really tough for a 4-year-old.
She may be tougher than us, but you're not as tough as her. And I've been waiting a long time for this, for protecting Eliza. I'm gonna give you the biggest and most brutal concussion you've ever felt your entire life.
Gotta catch me first, Dad. Mom, my dad and Tiyana are in my room. Help me. My dad's gonna give me a concussion.
Get back here, you little brat.
Get back here, brat foo. Nobody drop kicks me in the chest like that and gets away with it.
Stay away from her, Tiyana.
Well. If it isn't Rosie Anderson, the daughter of the opportunist who betrayed my gang.
I'm warning you. If you hurt Eliza or Caillou, or anyone else in our currently extended family, you'll have to go through the police.
Not if I have anything to say about it, ginger brat. Is that so? You stay out of this, traitor. This is a family matter. That's definitely a reason why I'm getting myself involved. You said it yourself. Rosie may be my daughter by birth, but Doris raised her to be better than me. And there's only room for one woman who can abuse Rosie. But because of what you did to me and your ex-husband, I'm officially retiring from abusing kids. Because you taught me a valuable lesson. But now I'm gonna return the favor. What are you gonna do? Kill me? Reclaim your standing ovation? No, but I'm gonna do this. And another thing, living with a wedding you hosted against my will and surpassing me and Karen as the most entitled woman in the entire city is a fate worse than death. Besides, you're too dead inside to kill.
Ms. Martin? You saved my life?
I may have abused you and Caillou in the past, but after what your father and Stephanie's mom did to all of us, I was never gonna let her do the same thing to you or this Eliza. After this, I'm turning myself in and standing trial for everything I did up to this point.
That was the most unexpected yet touching thing Miss Martin's ever done.
You and Miss Martin may have won this battle, but Miss Martin will eventually lose the war. Your father and I will take Eliza back and give her the punishment she deserves.
Not gonna happen.
At the Gavin residence.
I wonder if this is the right house. I better knock just to be sure. I'm actually a little nervous about this.
Hello. Wait. What the? Wait a second. You're the girl that Doris was talking about.
Are you Diesel Gavin?
Yes, and I know who you are. You're Eliza Anderson. Doris told me that your parents have been chasing you all throughout town because you called the police on them earlier today.
Yeah. I saw a news report recapping on everything my parents did with these punishers up to the wedding. And my parents also grounded me for taking a walk outside our apartment.
You took a walk outside your apartment building all by yourself. Why?
Because of my mom blowing an air horn at me, giving me a hard-boiled egg as a punishment for being a sleepyhead, and spanking me for calling her crazy.
Well, you were unsupervised by taking a walk at this age, but I can definitely understand why you did that. Your mother did most of the same things to Stephanie and Natalie.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Officer McShane and Crotoon Productions Incorporated told me that my mom placed Stephanie and Natalie and their siblings under some sort of spanking probation. Can you tell me a little more about it? Because I have no idea what this sort of household rule is.
Kid, I think we might need to talk about this inside.
Oops. Sorry, Mr. Gavin.
That's okay. Come in. So your mother placed Eric, Stephanie, Natalie, Terrence, Elizabeth, and Joseph under spanking probation as revenge for all of us grounding her for abusing them and causing trouble. She first spanked Stephanie to demonstrate the rules of the spanking probation. Then she spanked her again for refusing to eat the cereal because she improved on her behavior. Then she spanked Natalie for eating at her own time instead of waiting for her to return. Then she spanked the two girls and Eric for arguing about whether to stand up to her. And finally, she spanked Eric, Terrence, Elizabeth, and Joseph and gave me a concussion for calling the police on her after when she stole a motorcycle and skipped traffic.
What? But why would she do that?
Stephanie and Natalie ran away from home to escape her spanking probation. Your mother tried to take back control with an iron fist.
I knew it. My mom really is a spank-happy tyrant.
More of a psycho Karen actually. But anyway, what do you say I show you around the house before we go to bed?
Yeah. I love that.
So, Eliza thinks she can choose Diesel Gavin over us. Well, I think it's time to teach her a lesson.
Let's get the rest of the punishers ready. Tomorrow, we'll fight for our daughter.
The next morning.
Kids, get down here right now. We need to have a serious talk.
Dad, what's going on here?
Okay kids, ever since your mother married Boris, they've had a daughter of their own. Unfortunately though, they've been abusing her for a whole day last week.
You mean we have a sister? What's her name?
You can come over now.
Whoa. That little girl's close to my height.
And even though she's dressed like Boris, she looks just like our mom.
Yeah. I get that a lot. Holy smokes. She sounds just like me.
You mind introducing yourself, kid?
My name's Eliza. I'm your half-sister.
Eliza. That sounds similar to Elizabeth.
Say what now? In her defense, I'm Elizabeth. You and I can obviously tell each other apart.
But no matter how similar you look to our mom, you're actually cute.
Thanks.
And Eliza, these are the 6 children I had with your mother. Eric, Stephanie, Natalie, Terrence, Elizabeth, and Joseph. And you pretty much already know Elizabeth.
So Dad, what does Eliza have to do with this emergency you wanted to tell us about?
Your mother and Boris have been abusing Eliza for one day last week. So between that and all the crimes they committed alongside the Punishers 4 years ago, she called the police. And because of that, your mother and Boris are hunting her down and planning to give her a punishment day for doing so.
She's been abusing you too?
Yes. They've been abusing me the exact same way our mom did you guys. And my dad's been grounding me for dumb reasons like he did to Caillou and his younger siblings and Rosie. And also, Stephanie, even though you were a troublemaker in the past, I heard about all the stuff our mom did to you. And I feel really sorry for you and your siblings.
Wow. Our mom really messed things up this time, didn't she?
Yeah, I thought she messed up before when she forced all of us to attend her wedding with Boris. But abusing Eliza's even worse.
Well anyway, because your mother and Boris are still hunting her down and found her at the Andersons' house, we need to protect her and make sure they don't punish her.
How are we gonna do that?
Eric, you and I will meet up with the other insurgents in case the Punishers follow your mother and Boris over to her house.
Good idea, Dad.
What about the rest of us?
Stephanie, you and your younger siblings are in charge of hiding Eliza and making sure your mother and Boris don't catch her.
Okay, Dad. We'll do whatever it takes to block our mom and Boris off.
Okay, Eric. Let's warn the other insurgents.
Outside the Gavin residence.
Alright, insurgents. Listen up. We've got ourselves a really serious situation. Wait a second. Why are we 2 members short?
Oh. Christopher and Angelina Armstead took a flight with their children to the Philippines. But my ex-wife tried to kill them for infiltrating the Punishers before I interfered.
I can't believe that the officer's ex would ever stoop that low.
She's one heck of a racist.
Well, don't worry, me amigos. I've brought over a new recruit to help us stop the Punishers and send them back to jail.
Abuela, who else did you call forth?
Hola Diesel Gavin. Good to see you again.
Cole. Mr. Marquez, what are you doing here?
My mommy told me everything that happened 4 years ago and that Officer McShane helped the Armsteads evade an attempted murder orchestrated by his ex-wife. And that it left you DOS members short. So it pretty obviously means you need some reinforcements.
Eric, you and your father know this guy.
Everyone around you does.
Cole Marquez is the husband of fellow Punisher Elena. He's also Abuela's son and the father of Dora Marquez.
And Cole, if Elena does show up, you and your mother are in charge of surrounding her with the Punishers challenge us to a fight.
Cole's not the only one joining your insurgency.
Doris, what are you doing here?
I heard that Boris and Tiyana broke into my house last night. And while Boris tried to give Caillou a concussion, Tiyana tried to kill Rosie before Miss Martin went to stop her.
Why would Miss Martin save Rosie?
I believe Miss Martin might have done this because Boris and Tiyana forced their families and her to attend their wedding. And somehow, Miss Martin must have quit the Punishers.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Miss Martin? What are you doing here?
I'm here to start over and move on from my days as an entitled Karen, a Punisher, and a child abuser as a whole. Boris and Tiyana used me to get back at me for using him. Normally I would want nothing more than to make Boris pay for making me suffer for cheating on him, but because Tiyana tried to kill Rosie, it's not worth it. So, instead, I wanna help stop Bonnie and Clyde and the Punishers. Before I turn myself in and face up to all the crimes I committed up to this point, why should we believe you?
Because Caitlin, Diesel, Gavin and Doris and their respective children were also forced to attend their wedding. Miss Martin was not willing to attend the wedding either. And I agree that she acted entitled alongside Katherine Johnson and Tiyana and attended Tiyana's slumber party, but Tiyana's even more entitled than Miss Martin and the real Karen.
Abuela's got a point there, Mrs. McKenna. Miss Martin may have been a member of my mom's abusive gang 4 years ago, but she was also one of the many people my mom messed with.
And from what Rosie told Doris, Miss Martin's actions from last night prove that she's willing to face up to what she's done and turn herself in. So, she can help us.
No offense, but you're all gonna need my help too.
What? Hot mama. Who are you?
My name is Maria. I'm here because my crazy, immature ex-husband, Ben, has been sprung free by some crazy Irish woman and cheated on me with her.
Wait. That escaped convict my ex-wife sprung free was your ex-husband? And your ex-husband's name is Dan?
What? The Irish woman who freed my ex-husband was your ex-wife?
Yeah. My ex-wife, Rachel, cheated on me too upon springing that screwed loose free. And because of her, we've got another criminal on the loose.
Maria, what does your ex-husband, Pham, have to do with the situation at hand?
Because upon falling in love with Rachel, that pea-brained, spaghetti-loving son of a female dog joined these so-called punishers led by that psychopath, Tiyana.
You got to be kidding me. My ex-wife recruited that lunatic? Now she's definitely gone too far this time.
Uh-oh, it looks like history's about to repeat itself.
You know, Maria, Doris and I can actually relate to you and Officer McShane because Tiyana and Boris cheated on us too. But to make things worse, they got married.
Say what?
It's true, Maria. We all heard it.
Diesel Gavin, I'm sorry to interrupt this revelation of secret affairs, but why exactly did Boris and Tiyana break into his old house last night?
Because 9 months after when Boris and Tiyana got married, they had a daughter of their own.
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Kay?
Mamma mia. I can't believe what I just heard. Then again, I'm glad that the crazy papa didn't marry that psycho Rachel. But also, what's the girl's name?
Her name's Eliza.
Does someone want to tell us what this Eliza looks like?
She looks like Tiyana but wears a green hoodie like Boris, jeans of the same shade of blue as Tiyana's skirt, and red and white sneakers. And she's no ordinary kid.
Say what?
What do you mean?
Eliza may be a cute and adorable little girl on the outside, but on the inside, she's incredibly smart. Last week, she learned how to take the elevator all by herself, and she even took a walk outside of her apartment building on her own and knew how to get back home without getting lost.
That's insane. How can a girl be that smart?
She's an incredibly fast learner. She even learned how to talk a few seconds after when she was born. And she even remembered her own name at the same time frame.
Ay caramba. A child prodigy.
No wonder Boris and Tiyana broke into the Anderson house.
Yeah. Boris and Tiyana have been hunting her down since yesterday because they abused her the exact same way they did the children they had with me and Diesel Gavin respectively.
And the abuse Eliza went through not only drove her to take a walk outside on her own, but to call the police upon watching the news.
What did Boris and Tiyana ever do to her?
Like our mom did to us 4 years ago, she blew an air horn at Eliza at 5:30 in the morning and gave her a hard-boiled egg while she gave herself and Boris French toast.
And while Eliza was begging her for some of the French toast instead of the egg she gave her, Tiyana spanked her for calling her crazy.
And like Boris did to Caillou, Rosie, and his younger siblings, he grounded Eliza for being ungrateful and a sleepyhead when they were actually being unfair towards her.
Ay caramba. Those two have gone way too far. They're even more loco in the cabeza than before.
And to do that to an innocent little girl. That's messed up.
Exactly. So we need to protect her and send the punishers back to jail.
So where exactly is this Eliza?
She's in our house, so while my younger siblings are in charge of hiding her, we need to stand guard outside and hold my mom's gang back.
And I've put Officer Riggs in charge of informing the Commissioner of when the Punishers will arrive, and once all of the Punishers are defeated, they'll be placed under arrest.
And Doris, since you decided to join us, you and I are in charge of grounding our exes should they get past us. Is everyone clear on the plan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Si,
Yes,
senor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, insurgents, suit up.
So make way to start the revolution. Make way, we're gonna have fun tonight. Make way to start the revolution. Let loose and everything will be alright. Here we go again.
Wow, this is unexpected.
Don't win, don't be living in the shadow of hate and fear all the time. Shine on like you do. Watch out, 'cause I'm coming through. So hold fast and take the wheel. It's your chance, gotta do what you do. I've been waiting all my life for this. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting all my life for this.
Let's do this.
So make way to start the revolution. Make way, we're gonna have fun tonight. Make way to start the revolution. Let loose and everything will be alright.
Well, green's not my color, but I'll get used to it.
You're going down. Homework kid.
Mommy, how do you manage to fight with this kind of uniform?
It's more simple, call me Nino. The best I can.
Now then, it's time to send those scumbags back to the slammer once and for all.
All right, insurgents, before the punishment gets here, we need to form a perimeter around the house. We must not let them, especially Boris and Tiyana, get anywhere near Eliza. Doris, and I will be the last resort while you guys take care of the followers and the abusive media.
And Maria, I'll deal with your ex-husband while you take care of my ex-wife. But whatever you do, don't under any circumstances kill her in any way, shape, or form. Understand?
May give Rachel a piece of my mind, but I promise not to kill.
Right then, let's do this. Insurgents, assemble.
Mom, you're going down.